Welcome to Facts. Facts available. Very done. It's my thing. Show fact. I need you guys not to be too proudful, but proud to like and subscribe. And I want to talk to you guys about the multiverse. I want to talk to you guys about hidden consciousness, hidden symbolism, your inner self, your inner you, your inner pineal gland. And I want to say, if this offends certain people in certain cultures, might I say, in so many ways, I definitely don't want to I don't want to do that. So if you're in religion and this might offend you, I feel what I'm saying is not gonna offend you. This is actually for everyone. I'm pretty sure a lot of people, a lot of folks out there know that it is multiverses out there. Actually, it's been scientifically proven. At a point in life, they thought we only had one to two multi-universes. Actually, found out that it's over 85, not billion to trillion, over trillions. Well, I say 85 billion multi-universes. But if you ask me, I think it's up to more than that. Um, I want to tell you that you can accomplish anything you want in your life because right now in a multi-universe, you probably a president. In another multi-universe, you're probably the mayor. Another multi-universe, you probably who knows, whatever you could picture your dreams is. But the thing about it is, you have seven chakras. You said within those seven chakras, you find yourself aligned. Now, this is why you deal with fear. You deal with fear because it goes back to hidden times when the oppressor wanted us to be fearful. He always knew which ways to get to us. Like in slavery time, he will castrate the man in front of other slaves, or he will what you call buck rape the man. And we all know what that is. Not I ask you to go do your research because I don't feel like going into too much of in-depth details on that. But it all started with the root chakra. That's why a man would have to get a buck raped in front of the rest of the slaves, because when you would touch the man buttocks, if you know what I mean, it will always start from the chakra of the roots, and that is through dealing with the root of fear. And I want you guys to know, like, if you ever pay attention, every chakra has its own color. The root chakra has a color of fear. Guys ever poop one day and your poop was red? Doesn't mean you were sick or nothing like that. Well, that is the root chakra, and that means identifies with okay. Sometimes you're not mentally as physically healthy as you should be, because mentally you might be dealing with something that's unknown to the world, but you know what it is. It might be fear, but there's no reason to be fear, because when we come together as a body of one, your mind will start to gather every decent information and needing within its thesis. So long as you know these things, you're right. Then you go to the next chakra, which is the gut chakra. And the gut chakra, it deals with the dominance of the guts. And I want to stay right now on the root chakra, which a lot of you guys fear for so many reasons. And we're eventually we're gonna go over different chakras, but the reason you deal with fear and the reason it then identifies with the root chakra is red, because it's the color of fear. You pay attention to a lot of things that are red. McDonald's is red. You have things that are red because these things are made to make you see a sign. When you see these things, it gives you a sign that okay, you identify with it. Every color has a frequency of vibration. Every color represents a number in vibration. Like red will represents, like I told you, the color of fear. And you go to your root chakra, and if I'm not mistaken, that I mean your stomach chakra, that will be your gut, that will be the yellow chakra. Then you go to your heart chakra, that would be the green chakra. Your heart, pay attention to everything into the universe. In the center of the rainbow is green. Trees are green. Leaves are green. You go money is green. Excuse me, I'm a little clouded up. You pay attention how people love money. You pay attention to that because money is a representation of the heart chakra. If I paint something green, your 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 mind might don't catch it as well as your subconscious, but your subconscious will catch it as more as your mind. And I just want the guys to know that. So I want to start with just a smaller thing first, then we're gonna touch on some more data, like real life dates are here. We'll touch on more deeper, and deeper dates. Because my mind is to awake the 1 in 44 elect. It's my duty to like show you guys that it's time for us to awaken out here. A mind is out here to help each other. So when you're dealing with the color green, that's why a lot of things are green. You'll pay attention to certain restaurants that have a certain color, then they have green in the middle, because then they have red. See, remember, the red is to show you attraction of fear. So if you feel you don't do this or you don't do this, then you're in fear. Just as well, when you see the green chakra, the green chakra identifies with love. So anytime you see something, it's a main attraction to love. The heart chakra is the green chakra, and it identifies with the frequency of 428 hertz. Let me say this. No, let me say this again. I apologize. It identifies with the frequency of 528 hertz, which we on the frequency of. Now, please stay with me if you can. We on the frequency of 440 hertz, which is the hypnosis frequency. Within this frequency, people are able to be brainwashed. Let me say this again for people that are not catching on to what I'm saying. I don't want to be too intellectual to a point they're not catching me in this perspective of what I'm telling you. We used to live on 432 hertz and 528 hertz. 528 hertz, which is the universal hertz of love. The universe moves in 528 hertz, meaning once you have this frequency, this this frequency is a chakra. It's a part of the heart for chakra, which allows you to access the right side of your brain, which you're not able to access this side of the brain because it has been shut down. We no longer move on 428 hertz, and then we started back in Sinatra and Elvis days. You guys got to go look at that when you get a time. Um, we are traveling in a realm where they're unaware of what we're doing. And I want to let you guys know I really apologize for being so late to the party, to the conscious party. I not to say I'm just catching on. I've just been so busy in my physical realm, rapping, poetry, going here, trying to do for the community. I've been conscious. I've been woke. I've always been a poet. It's just I decided. I say right after I left the Black Panther Party, around maybe 6 years ago. No, that was 7 years ago. I say 2 years after I left it. That's when I started having my great awakening. It started when I was in college, and I found out the letter J is not a real alphabet. It was embedded in the alphabet. And as you can tell, I'm a very intelligent guy, intellectual guy. I can tell you that the moon is 238,900 miles away from the Earth. I can tell you that the moon is 92 million miles away from the Earth. Round to the nearest 100,000, got 93 million miles away from the Earth. But I'm here to tell you that we don't know. We no longer move on the original frequency of hertz, in which was 528 hertz, which allowed us to access all percentage of our brain, in which it created a very supernatural gift within us. Until you guys research that, then we're going to be still going through a struggle, a fight. And it's about awakening the elect of the 1 in 44. And this is up to you to catch this message. Now, no matter whether you be Muslim or Christian, woke, conscious, subconscious, the government is here to divide and conquer us. They don't want Muslims hanging with the Christians. They don't want the Christians hanging with the Muslims. They don't want the left hanging with the right. They don't want seven evangelists hanging with the Catholics. It's all about a divide and conquer within us. And if we can wake up one another's and those that come to the community and realize what we have to offer is more than just a thesis to offer, but more a preference and a dialogue, an intellect, then we can make something happen. But we will have to understand that our mind has to be woken out of the sleep and the slumber we've been in. And I just want to leave you with that. Thank you.